What is good, folks? I have a couple of pointers for you on our Gunsmoke edit. Some of the shots, they happen at the same time. So you have to make decisions about when to show them. So for example, you have the marshal, and again, remember to always check your script. We have the marshal, the doctor, and then a character named Chester who come into this initial part of the scene. Then we have this scene of Chester running up, followed by Seipel and Abby. So what we have to decide is when do each of those things occur in our edit, even though mostly they're happening at the same time if this was the real world. First and foremost, trim away all the remnants of the actual filming process. Remember, the slate, the action, none of that should be in your final cut. And when you're scrolling here, I'm scrolling to find where I'm going to begin. And the actors don't immediately go into the scene, so you got to give them a moment and then understand that these are going to be hard cuts and they're going to cut between the different parts of the scene, and it will all look like it played out in real time. And that's the beauty of the edit. So let's play it and see where do we have to put in the shot of Chester coming towards the doctor and the marshal.
Well, I didn't figure that passing out a few pills is very hard work.
Passing out pills? 90% of my work is surgery. Setting broken bones, digging bullets out of people, and delivering babies in the middle of the night. Mr. Dillon! It's there.
So there comes Chester. He's running in, and like I said, we have this earlier shot of him stumbling through town looking for the marshal because of what he's just seen going on, what he's witnessed. So let's play it.
In the middle of the night. Mr. Dillon!
So this is the place we want to cut. The clip is activated, it's highlighted in yellow, and then we could do Command B, as in boy, on the keyboard to split it up. Now, let's drag in the clip of Chester at the end here, and we'll find what chunk of that we want to use.
For Baker, take one.
Action!
So again, all the way up to action, go ahead. We're going to trim all that out. And see how much of this do we want to use.
Mr. Dillon!
This shot says it's 11.9 seconds. Now some of it is redundant. It is the same action of the character Chester stumbling through town looking for the marshal. So how much of this do we really need? That's a great question. You need enough to let your audience know what is happening. Well, he does a great thing right here when he peers in that window. It kind of gives you the idea he is looking for someone. So let's go there as he's just stepping up, and then we'll find the ending, which is right after he calls out Mr. Dillon.
Mr. Dillon!
And then he's gone. And once he leaves frame on the right, we can trim out of that again. This is all designed to save us time in our final edit because television time is, very costly, and we don't want to waste any time at all. So if we're looking at this, we made our edit here after the doctor spoke, and then we have this of Chester, and we're going to just drop that in between the two existing cuts, and let's just play it and just verify, did it work? Do we need to do more?
Setting broken bones, digging bullets out of people, and delivering babies in the middle of the night. Mr. Dillon! Mr. Dillon!
So there we go. That looks pretty good. And what we have next is the scene of the bad guy dragging in Abby. We have to do some decision making as to they're treating her something terrible. And then we have to decide, do we want to cut in between this or just put that shot at the end, because we are going to have the marshal running up on that scene of the bad guy Seipel being mean towards Abby, the lead woman. So let's bring in that shot and see how this all works. So we are going to play it.
65, take 5.
Okay, action. Putting on airs, are you?
So really, let's make a judicious cut here and just go for right as he's about to talk. Putting on airs, are ya? Let's look at the script. Putting on airs, are ya? Maybe you're too good for us. So we got the line that Chester says, followed by the marshal saying, "Come on," and then according to the script, it's putting on airs. So that's a good place, I think, to work with this. And then we have to trim out the ending of this shot. So again, as characters leave the frame, it's a great chance to save some time. And look at how much footage they have at the end of the clip. We all should record extra footage, so keep that in your mind as you film your stuff. So they leave the frame, and that leads us to the scene with Abby and Seipel.
Putting on airs, are you? Maybe you're too good for us, huh? About time you saw another lesson, Abby. Come here! Hold it! How's that?
Now the hold it, that's the marshal calling that, and he's out of frame.
Hold it!
And that's where we would cut to his entrance. As we look at an edit, there's always options with what you do. And, you know, a shot like this of Chester going through the town, that could be longer or shorter. We could even put it in between the talk of the doctor and the marshal, so it happens earlier, and then we could leave out part of their discussion. It isn't critical to the story, but we do want to honor the script. And, you know, if we were the writer and we went and we looked and we saw that the editor had cut out some of the dialogue, we might have a problem with that. So as you edit, take a look at the footage bit by bit, follow the script, put the pieces where they belong, but be flexible enough to know that if you had to, you could cut it a different way and have equal amounts of success. I look forward to seeing how you do this, but that's it for the moment. As always, thanks for watching.